Where today we will be taking the engine out of the Corsa. Following our compression test in the previous video, we discovered that the engine is pretty writ off, so we'll be taking the engine out. We've already made a start, already took the front end off. Upon inspection, when we took the bumper off, we saw that the aircon condenser is pretty knackered. All the cooling fins and ducts all been smashed up over time. As well as the condenser also needs a compressor, so we'll see how much needs to be done to the aircon system, how much it's going to cost, and we'll figure out if we're actually going to put aircon back in it. With it being a daily driver after we've got it all running, I'm hoping that it won't be costing too much. So yeah, let's get the engine out. The engine out of the car now, and already finding stuff which is pretty concerning. First thing, quite a lot of end flow on the not very old Chinese turbo, so chances are that'll be getting replaced straight away. I've also noticed that the gearbox doesn't actually look that old compared to the rest of the engine. And when we were draining the gearbox, it was actually ATF or automatic transmission fluid that came out, which is very, very fine, very thin, which is probably why the gearbox doesn't sound very healthy. So for the gearbox, we'll probably just chuck some normal gearbox oil in it, see how it sounds. We'll go from there. So I'm just in the process of stripping the engine down, stripping all the ancillaries off, so you can see the clutch and flywheels off, engine harnesses off, other bits and bobs, and I just took the injector rail out with the injectors. So having a good look at all the injector tips, see what they're like, and then we get to injector 4, and just choked up with oil and just not looking happy. So not looking good for cylinder 4. So we're back on the Corsa today. It's been a while since I've actually filmed anything on it. I apologise, I've just been busy with the Fiesta, fitting bits and bobs to that and taking it to Santa Pod. The response that I've got from the first video has been mind-blowing. I wasn't expecting such a good response from everyone, so I thank you everyone who's watched, liked, commented and subscribed. It means a lot to me, it really does. But we're back on the Corsa today, and the engine's on a stand, ready for its final strip down. Just some bits and bobs left on it, nothing much really stripped down, but everything's going to be coming out today. The head's coming off, piston's coming out, so we'll see what the condition of the internal's like. So like I said, engine is now on a stand, ready for its final strip. Just the inlet manifold and alternator left on it really to strip down in terms of ancillaries. So it shouldn't take us long. We've also got some fresh new rods and pistons, some Vauxhall pistons, and brand new Navlot rods to go in. So once we get the engine stripped down, we'll send the block off for machine work and hopefully make some decent power out of it. So the header and the sump are off the engine now. Took the sump off and immediately found some remnants of piston ring, which is oil scraper ring. Chances are piston 4, which is probably what the burning oil as well. Strangely enough, found a moth in piston 4 straight away and took the head off. No idea how it got in there, but moth. Rest of the engine looks alright, nothing really to worry about. Even though we bought it as head gasket failure, it looks like the head gasket has recently been changed because the block looks recently skimmed. So I reckon they've suspected head gasket, replaced it, it's not fixed it, sold it. The block's completely stripped now, with the pistons and the cranks out of it. Bores don't look great, but they're being oversized for the pistons anyway, so it's not a big deal. We looked at the piston rings, and all of the rings are actually there. So the piston ring that we found must have been from where it blew up previously, which probably was piston 4. Okay, so I've just got back from dropping off the block and the head off at the machine shop. I didn't film it because it wasn't anything that interesting really, just dropped them off and told them what I wanted. The block's getting honed out because the slightly oversized pistons are stock, so dropped them off the block and the piston, told them just to make that fit. The block's also getting acid dipped, so it's going to come back to me all nice and fresh, ready for a fresh lick of paint. So when we rebuild it, it's going to look nice and brand new. Just dropped them off the head as well, just so that can get skimmed and we won't have any head gasket sealing issues, hopefully. Also made a quick detour because I thought while the engine and stuff's getting worked on, the block, we might as well start making the bodywork look all nice and fresh. So the first piece of the puzzle for the bodywork, set of fresh wings. Got these from a chap called Lee, who's over in Dudley, West Bromway, which is the side of Birmingham to me, so not too far of a drive. Quite common for his break-in of VXRs and stuff, so if anyone needs anything, I'll drop his Facebook in the description. But they're in a lot better condition than mine. Only thing that really needs doing on them is where the wing and the bumper rub and paint wears through and it starts rusting. So just on the lower arch, same on that one's slightly worse, but just a bit of rust treatment and a smart repair on that. But apart from that and being a bit dirty, they are fresh. And certainly in a lot better condition than the wings that are on the car. These fucking shit things and markers on the paint and scuffs. I'll show you the side, but it's currently on against the wall. But nice to make a start on the bodywork.